who wish to pay their respects virtually to Queen Elizabeth.
Tonight, a minute's silence is held across the UK in memory of the late Queen before her state funeral tomorrow. People came together to share a moment of reflection, remembering the country's longest reigning monarch. The US President Joe Biden was among those paying his respects at Westminster Hall, where the Queen is lying in state, and later he paid tribute to her.
Our hearts go out to the royal family, to King Charles and all the family. It's a loss that leaves a giant hole.
This is the scene now outside Westminster Hall as people wait patiently to be allowed in. The queue will close to the public in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Among the 2,000 invited guests at tomorrow's funeral at Westminster Abbey are members of the public who've been preparing for the solemn occasion.
Fairly choked up. Emotional is probably the main word, yeah. Honoured and emotional.
And tonight, King Charles has released a message of thanks to the countless people who've provided support and comfort in this time of grief. Also on the programme. In Ukraine, President Zelensky says he has more evidence of torture carried out by Russian forces in the east of the country. And act swiftly to save your lives. The urgent warning of Japan's Prime Minister to people living in the path of a huge typhoon making landfall in the south. Good evening. A minute's silence has been held across the country in memory of the late Queen on the eve of her state funeral in Westminster Abbey. Her son, King Charles, said in a statement tonight that he and his wife, the Queen Consort Camilla, were deeply touched by the many messages of condolence and support that they've received from this country and across the world, and that during their tour of the nations of the UK, they were moved beyond measure by everyone who came to pay their respects to his late mother. Members of the public are queuing for the final few hours in which they will be admitted to Westminster Hall to see the Queen's coffin lying in state. Among those who attended today was the US President Joe Biden, who is one of the many world leaders and dignitaries who've arrived for tomorrow's funeral. Here's our royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell.
It is 10 days now since the news came